네, 안녕하세요. 기억영어 코치텐입니다. 그러면 스노우볼 챌린지 36회차 도전을 시작해 보겠습니다. 네, 바로 해볼게요. 바로 할게요. 자, 메인 주제는 학교고 학교의 네 번째 주제입니다. 그 농구장입니다. 농구장. 자, 오늘의 단어 세 개는요. 농구장 정문, 메인 게이트, 그 다음에 신발장, 그리고 농구화 이렇게 세 개입니다. 네, 그러면 세 개 먼저 하고 들어가 볼게요. 준비, 할 말 떠올리고요. 준비, go. I go to the basketball gym's main gate. I wait for my friends at the main gate. I meet my friends at the main gate. And I open the main gate. I get into the basketball gym. I close the main gate. There's a big shoe rack next to the main gate. So I take off my shoes. I put my shoes on the shoe rack. There are so many basketball shoes on the shoe rack. I take a look around. I pick up my basketball shoes. I change into my basketball shoes. 됐습니다. 네, 세 개 잘 떠올랐고요. 자, 이제 학교, 교실부터 여기 농구장까지 한 번에 가겠습니다. 죄송합니다. 자, 편집 없이 갈게요. 바로 준비, 할 말 떠올리고 준비, go. I get into the classroom. I go to the desk. I sit down at the desk. I get ready for the desk. I get ready for the class. I open my backpack. I take out a textbook. I open the textbook. I read the textbook. I close the textbook. I pick up a pencil out of my pencil case. I use the pencil. I draw a mind map. I put it back into the pencil case. I pick up a notebook. I open the notebook. I take notes. I close the notebook. There's a friend standing next to the locker. So I look at my friends. I say hello to my friends. I have small talk with my friends. I go to the locker, open the locker. I put my backpack into the locker. I close the locker. And I pick up my backpack. I put my backpack into the locker. I take out my backpack from the locker. I put my backpack over my shoulder. There's a teacher standing at the whiteboard. I look at the teacher. I say hello to the teacher. I have small talk with the teacher. I go to the whiteboard. I stand in front of this whiteboard. I pick up a marker. I draw a mind map. I write down on the whiteboard. I erase the whiteboard. I pick up a marker. I use the marker. I draw a mind map. I write down on the whiteboard. And I go to the main entrance of the library. I wait for my friends at the main entrance of the library. And I meet my friends there. I get into the library. I go to the information board. I take out my membership card. I scan my membership card. There are some steps there. I say hello to the steps. I have small talk with them. I take out my membership card from my wallet. I use my membership card. I tap my membership card on the card reader. I walk through the gate. I get into the library. I go to the return desk. I open my backpack. I take out the books. I return the books. There's a free Wi-Fi zone in the hall of the library. So I pick up my phone. I search for a free Wi-Fi. I connect into the free Wi-Fi. I feel thirsty. I go to the vending machine. I put some coins into the slot. I press the button. I take out a soda. There's a big speaker in the hall of the library. I listen to some music. Sometimes I hear an announcement. I feel a little tired. I go to the sofa. I sit down on the sofa. There is a sofa on the library, in the hall of the library. I sit down on the sofa. I pick up my phone. I watch YouTube on the phone. There are some stacks on the first floor. I walk up the steps to the first floor. I get into the stacks. There are so many books on the bookshelves. I take a look around. I go to the section for the psychologists. I pick up a book about the psychologists and I look through the books. I bring it to the table. I sit down at the table. I open the book. I read the book. I close the book. I get into the mini stores. I take a look around. I go to the counter. I get in line. It's my turn. I pay for it. I look at the steps. I say hello to the steps. I put all my stuffs on the counter. I pay for it. I take out my credit card. I use my credit card. I pay for it by my credit card. I put it back into my wallet. I take a look around. I pick up a sandwich. I buy a sandwich. I eat some sandwich. I take a look around. I pick up a soda. I drink a soda. I buy a soda. I drink a soda. I take a look around. I pick up some snacks. I buy some snacks. I eat some snacks. I go to the sofa. I sit down on the sofa. I take a rest on the sofa with some snacks. There's a table in front of the sofa. I use the table. I put some snacks on the table. There's a napkin, the tissues on the table. I pick up a tissue. I use the tissue. I wipe my mouth with the tissue. I wipe the table. I pick up the trash. I go to the trash can, open the trash can. I throw the trash into the trash can. I close the trash can. And I go to the main entrance of the basketball gym. I open the main gate. I get into the basketball gym. I close the main gate. There's a big shoe rack next to the main gate. I take off my shoes. I put my shoes on the shoe rack. There are so many basketball shoes there. I take a look around. I pick up my basketball shoes. I change into my basketball shoes. 됐습니다. 잘 나왔죠? 네, 됐습니다.